Welcome to workout number 6. I'm Seth. We are rocking and rolling again, here to challenge your body to the edge of your ability and not beyond, shaping and toning your future, and this is your Tone Fit solution. So check it out. I am going to go through the exercises and I'm going to explain everything so you know exactly what to expect. No surprises here. And the first exercise is the alternating clean and press with a single dumbbell. And this is how it looks. All right, so you'll have a bell down on the floor. You're gonna pick it up to here. That's your clean. That's the press. You're gonna come back to the rack position, go down, push your hips back, switch hands, clean, press, rack, and down. So that is the first exercise. Next is the alternating bent over row. So I'm just going to grab in my other dumbbell, and that's going to look just like this. So one will finish, the other one will start. Remember, whenever you push, it is a really good idea in the same workout session to pull. All right, I'll show you the side view there. And remember, I am using my elbow on the inside of the knee. I'm talking about the bell that's down, and I'm just pushing my elbow into my knee a little bit, and that is giving me a little bit of support. All right, super cool. Next up is the goblet squat. So I'm gonna need one of these bells. You can hold it just like this. Remember, you can also hold it there. And I'm gonna squat down and up. When I stand up, I'm gonna squeeze the glutes, make sure your knees are locked out, and you are connecting with your full foot as you drive, and you definitely do not want your heels coming off the ground when you are doing a squat. All right, remember, you are gonna express as much mobility as you can. You're gonna squat down as far as you are comfortable in regard to getting back up, right? So next up is the alternating bird dog. And that is gonna look just like this. Make sure your hands are stacked below your shoulders, your knees are stacked below your hips. And you are gonna reach nice and straight. Try to touch the wall in front of you with your arm, the wall behind you with your legs. All right, and you're alternating those. Next up is the ice skater. It's also known as the Haydn, after the Olympic skater, but it looks like this. And I recommend, especially if you haven't exercised in a while, you haven't been moving and grooving, that you step through this before you start to hop laterally. All right, so big step and reach, big step and reach. All right, and it looks just like that, and you can pick up your tempo a little bit, and then when you get comfortable with that, you can start to hop laterally. All right, super cool. Next up is the alternating dead bug. All right, so alternating dead bug, you're gonna be like this, sort of like a starfish, and you're gonna come up, crunch. So you should touch something. You can touch your shin, and you're gonna alternate, or you can, if you have the mobility and the strength, you can touch your toe. One of the things that's important to me here is that these arms they're both back and they're reaching. This one stays back if this one's moving. All right, you're not bringing them both up. All right, one, and you're alternating. When I come to touch this one, I'm reaching this one for the wall behind me, right? And I'm gonna be lifting my head off the ground there. If you leave your head down, then you're gonna get less of a core contraction. Now, the only reason why you would ever leave your head down in that situation is if it is straining your neck. If you have any neck issues or anything like that, you might want to leave your head down or allow yourself to rest your neck when it starts, if it starts to bug you. All right, cool. So there are your exercises. We're gonna get started. We're gonna burn through 35 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. Easy business here in workout number 6. So the first exercise is the alternating clean and press. So I am in position. Make sure that your water is close, and definitely another consideration is to silence your cell phone so you're not distracted for this amount of time. You can really just dedicate all of this time and focus to your fitness. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. All right. So I'm gonna clean this to the rack position, press, and then switch. Now when I go to press, my glutes are squeezed tight. All right, so I get to this position, squeeze the glutes, crush my grip on the bell, and I am rocking and rolling. Clean, press, rack, down, clean, press, rack, down. All right, there's the whistle. Alternating bent over row is next. We have 8 seconds to launch. Feeling fresh, feeling good. Hope you are as well. I know you are. Here we go. Here we go. Let me get these down here. So I want to talk to you about, really I want to ask you, who are the villains that are keeping you from accomplishing your goals? Who are the villains that are standing in between you and your transformation? All right. So oftentimes it's the villains that we don't identify. It's so important to identify those villains. We got the squat. All right, identify the villains. What are villains? Late night snacking, right? Negative messages that you might be telling yourself that are discouraging. You know another big villain that people don't identify? It's an all or nothing attitude, right? So that means you eat one piece of cake on your fitness journey and everything is off the rails, right? We have to learn to give ourselves some grace as well. Next up is that alternating bird dog. But you have to remember, as you are setting out to accomplish a goal and transition, you might even be changing your identity from, one person to the next. The 220-pound you does different things than the 160-pound you, right? So you have to identify. Super important to identify the villains, right? Because in every movie you watch, next up is an ice skater. In every movie you watch, you are emotionally, most of us are, right? You have an emotional connection with the hero, right? You see the stuff that the villain is doing, and you just you want the hero to, kill the villain or imprison the villain, whatever the case is, if you don't like that. But that's a theme in a lot of movies, right? In order for you to transition into the person you're becoming, you got to kill the villains. You got to identify them, and you got to kill them. Right? There has to be awareness, right? Next up is that alternating dead bug. So remember, it's important to touch something. All right, so for you, it might be your shin. It might even be your knee. All right. If this bugs your lower back, you can do it like this. That'll make it a little bit easier, but don't do that unless you have to. Round one complete already. I love it. We are on a journey. We're on a path. We are on the straight line to success. Let's go. Alternating, clean, and press. So yeah, definitely identify those villains. Is it procrastination? Oftentimes, another villain could be, maybe all of your life you haven't had to work hard because you have looked good and you have been thin and you have felt good in your clothes. And all of a sudden, you reach a certain point, alternating bent over row, you reach a certain point, and that stops happening. And you say, oh no, what am I gonna do? And then it's yo-yo dieting from there. No good. Quick fixes do not work. Let's go. So here with this exercise, you are pulling. You're going to feel this in your back, your core. Remember, I'm using my elbow to brace. And since it's alternating and not the gorilla row, you are finishing one side before the other one starts. Next up is the goblet squat. Here we go. Goblet squat here in 5 seconds. Taking your squat as low as you can, 1 inch below parallel. So right there is the standard. That's where we want you to be. So you can utilize these shorter durations of strength training before your walk. Right? Let's say you're just getting back in. You start doing these. You start building up strength. Next up is the alternating bird dog. You start building up strength, and then maybe you're doing one of these workouts before you go for a 45-minute walk or an hour walk, even a 30-minute walk, right? You'll start to realize that, you're getting stronger when these sessions are no longer challenging you, right? And that's when you gotta message your coach. I can send you some new material. All right. So here was the alternating bird dog. Now we have the ice skater. Ice skater is next. So you're standing tall. You're gonna step. And let me just show you the side view here so you can see the trajectory of my leg. Remember, we are not doing a lunge here. That's a curtsy lunge. It's something different. Here, we're just stepping through. Keeping the body moving and grooving here. One more exercise in round 2 is complete. And that's how quick it happens. There is nobody that can tell me they don't have 15 minutes for their health and wellness. So here we go. Alternating dead bug. Working that core. Now, training the core in an X as it's designed. Six seconds. All right. Nice. Well, that's round 2 complete. We only have one more round. All right. Clean and press. Rack and down. We're going to switch. Clean and press. Rack down. You are on your way to having the body you want, to feeling stronger, fitter, having more energy. But you know there is work to be done. You know it. All right, next up is the alternating bent over row. Still 8 seconds of rest here. Bells are ready. Starting to get a nice little glazing here. Heart rate is up. All right, 5 seconds. Bounce down. Goblet squat is next. Here we go. Let's get this workout complete. Here we go. Goblet squat. Standing all the way tall. Locking your knees out. Any fitness instructor that told you not to lock your knees out, or your elbows for that matter, that is not true. There is no way for you to complete the movement without locking your knees out, because if you don't lock your knees out, you can't squeeze your glutes. All right. Next up, alternating bird dog. So you're going to be on the floor on your hands and knees. So my question to you is, are you going to let the villains win? No, right? Never. Never give up. Keep working hard. The hero kills the villain once and for all. And your prize for that is a new relationship with fitness and nutrition that is sustainable, so that you are as strong as you need to be to do the things that you like to do. Simple as that. All right. Ice skater is next. See, I got a little sweat here. I'll wipe it off. So we have the ice skater. Gear up. And we're just stepping through. If you are at a higher fitness level and you're not just starting out, you could start to jump and even move a little faster. Feel free to do that. So a workout like this is something that I might do when I'm looking for more energy. Right? So this is a way you can deliver yourself more energy. You're going to get those chemicals released in your body that are going to move you forward in your day, so you don't need some more caffeine, right? Alternating dead bug. Here we go. All right, if this is too easy for you with your feet down like that, can stay in the hollow position and hover with the feet. So there are ways to make every exercise a little bit harder or a little bit easier. Remember, you can touch something here. If this exercise is bugging your lower back, you can put both feet down and bend your knee, but only if you need to. So there you go. That is the final exercise, workout number 6. Thank you for hanging out with me on another fun workout, and I'll see you in the next one.